Hi, hello dear children. How are you all? I hope all are fine. So now in our last class we had a discussion on direction ratios, direction quotients, the direction quotients of a line joining 2 points and the relationship between direction quotients of a line, and also important notes. First one, the direction quotients of x, y and z axis. Okay, and second thing is very important, when the lines are parallel, when the lines are perpendicular. So what about corresponding direction quotients? When the lines are parallel, the direction ratios are proportional. When the lines are perpendicular, then a1 a2 plus b1 b2 plus c1 c2 become here 0, where a1 b1 c1 are the direction ratios of first line and a2 b2 c2 are the direction ratios of second line. So these are the things we discussed in the last class. So in this class we are moving to the example problems and exercise 11.1 on 3-dimensional geometry. Okay, first example, we move to the first example. Just observe here, if a line makes angles 90 degrees, 60 degree and 30 degree with positive x, y and z axis respectively, find its direction quotients. Remember, here we need to find the direction quotients. So what they given here? They given direction angles here. The angle made by the line with x, y and z axis are 90 degree, 60 degree and 30 degree. So using this one we can apply cos. If you apply cos for this one 90 degree, 60 degree and 30 degree, we obtain corresponding direction quotients. Okay, so now discuss here. Solution: given alpha is equal to, first one here, angle made by the line with x axis here alpha, that become here 90 degree, and the second one beta is equal to 60 degree and gamma is equal to 30 degree. So they are the direction angles. Next, the direction quotients of the given line or direction quotients of the given lines are L is equal to, what is here, cos alpha, very good, m is equal to cos beta and n is equal to cos gamma. Just substitute alpha, beta and gamma in this term. So what we obtained here, L is equal to cos of, what is alpha here, 90 degree, and m is equal to cos beta. What is beta value? 60 degree, that is 60 degree, and n is equal to cos gamma. What is cos gamma here? 30 degree. Now what is the cos 90? The value of cos 90 is 0, therefore L is equal to 0, m is equal to cos 60 value 1 divided by 2 or half, that is 0.5, and n is equal to cos 30, that becomes root 3 divided by 2. Therefore the required direction quotients are direction quotients here, very good. L is equal to 0, m is equal to 1 by 2 and n is equal to root 3 divided by 2, that is 0, 1 divided by 2 and root 3 divided by 2. So they are the direction quotients of the given line. So take a pause and note down all the things what I have written here. Okay, so now we are moving to the second problem, example 2. If a line has direction ratios 2, minus 1, minus 2, determine its direction quotients. So in the last class we have discussed here the relationship between direction quotients and the direction ratios, right? L is equal to, suppose A, B, C are the direction ratios of the line and L, M, N are the direction quotients of the line, then L is equal to A divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square. Similarly for M is equal to B divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square, and N is equal to C divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square. Okay, so what they given here? They given direction ratios. Take the direction ratios as A, B and C. Okay, so what is A is equal to here 2, B is equal to minus 1 and C is equal to minus 2. We'll discuss here. Solution. Let A, B, C are direction ratios of the given line. Then what is A value here? A is equal to 2, B is equal to -1 and C is equal to -2. So now direction cosines of the given line or what is here? What is the expression? L is equal to, what are the terms here? L is equal to A divided by what? Root of A square plus B square plus C square, where L is the direction cosines and M is equal to B divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square, and N is equal to C divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square. Just substitute the values of A, B and C. What happened here? L is equal to, what is A value? A value is 2 divided by root of A square is 2 square and B is here -1 whole square plus -2 whole square, and M is equal to B's value here -1 divided by root of, what is A? A is here 2 square and A square is 2 square -1 whole square plus -2 whole square, comma N is equal to C is -2 divided by root of 2 square plus -1 whole square plus -2 whole square. Okay. Now simplification. L is equal to 2 divided by, just observe here, 2 square is 4, -1 whole square is +1, again -2 whole square is also 4. 4 plus 1 plus 4, you have to obtain here 9, that is root of 9. M is equal to -1 divided by, obtain the same thing here, root 9, and N is equal to -2 divided by root 9. What is the root 9 value? That is 3. Therefore L is equal to 2 divided by 3, M is equal to -1 divided by 3, and N is equal to -2 divided by 3. Therefore the required direction cosines are 2 divided by 3 M and -1 by 3 and -2 divided by 3. So therefore required direction cosines are, so the direction cosines here 2 by 3 comma, and second -1 divided by 3 comma, third one N is here -2 divided by 3. So they are the direction cosines of the given line. So this is the method to find the direction cosines of the line when the given direction ratios. Clear? Okay. Take a pause and note on all the things what I have written here. Okay. So now we are moving to the third example. What is third example here? Find the direction cosines of the line passing through the points. They given 2 points here, -2, 4, -5 and 1, 2, 3. I repeat, -2, 4, -5 and 1, 2, 3. So in the last class we have discussed here the direction cosines of a line passing through 2 points, x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. What is the formula? Remember, so we take the first point as P and the second point as Q. So what is the corresponding direction cosines here? x2 minus x1 divided by PQ. That is PQ nothing but the distance between the 2 points. Here the distance between the given points here -2, 4, -5 and 1, 2, 3. I will take that as here PQ. Okay. So corresponding direction cosines ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? x2 minus x1 divided by PQ, y2 minus y1 divided by PQ and z2 minus z1 divided by PQ. So we'll discuss here. solution given. So we take the given points as P and Q. So given what is the point P here? First point ento now -2, 4, -5, and what is the Q here? Q is 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So take this as here x1, y1, z1, and here x2, y2, z2. And so first find the PQ, distance between the 2 points. PQ is equal, what is the formula? Just remember, in first PU we are discussed here, the distance between the 2 points x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2 is x2 minus x1 whole square. I will write directly here, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square plus z2 minus z1 whole square. Just substitute the corresponding values. What is x2? 1, and x1 here -2, so 1 minus of -2 whole square plus y2 is here 2 minus 4 whole square plus z2 here 3 minus of -5 whole square. So this becomes, just observe here, minus into minus become here plus 2 plus 1, that becomes 3, so 3 square plus -2 whole square, because 2 minus 4 is -2, plus 3 minus of -5, that is become 8 whole square. Minus into minus become here plus 3 plus 5 is 8. Therefore this reduces, just observe here, this is 9, -2 whole square is 4 plus 8 square 64. So total value will obtain, so 64 plus 4, that is 69, plus 64 plus 4 68 plus 9 77. So total value become here 77. This is here PQ. Then we need to find the direction quadrant, right? Therefore the direction quadrants of the given line are, so the direction quadrants here we are discussed, right? x2 minus x1 divided by PQ, that is x2 minus x1 divided by PQ, y2 minus y1 divided by PQ, z2 minus z1 divided by PQ. Okay, just substitute the values of x1, x2. 1 minus of -2 divided by, what is the PQ? We have to open the values of PQ here. PQ is equal to root 77, and y2 minus y1, what is y2 here? 2 minus 4 divided by root 77, and the last one 3 minus of -5 root 77. So therefore what are the direction quadrants here? Minus into minus become here plus 1 plus 2, 3 divided by root 77, and the second one -2 divided by root 77, third one 8 divided by root 77. They are the required direction quadrants. Okay, now direction quadrants here, 3 divided by root 77, -2 divided by root 77, and the last one 8 divided by root 77. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so take the pause and note on all the things what are written here. So now dear students, moving to the next problem, example 4, find the direction quadrants of x, y and z axis. Just remember, in our last class note 1 we already discussed the direction quadrants of x, y and z axis. So how to find direction quadrants here? First find direction angles made by x axis, y axis and z axis. So when we have the 3 dimensional geometry, if you take x, y and z axis here, or x, y, z axis, so angle made by x axis with x axis here 0, with y axis 90 degree, with z axis 90 degree. Therefore the direction angles made by x axis are 0, 90 degree, 90 degree. If you apply cos for these angles, we will obtain here cos 0, cos 90 degree and cos 90 degree. So what are the values here? 1, 0, 0. So they are the direction quadrants of the x axis. Similarly for y axis ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ? Very good, that is 0, 1, 0 and z axis here 0, 0, 1. So these are the things we are discussing last class. So ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಸೊ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ವಿಡಿಯೋ ವಿಲ್ ಗೆಟ್ ದ ಸೊಲ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಫ್ direction quadrant of x, y and z axis. So now we are moving to the next problem. This is very important, and that problem is show that the points A, B and C are collinear. So in our last class we have discussed in a problem number note 4. So what is the 3 points are collinear, hence the line joining AB and BC. Take one point common to two lines here. So AB and BC ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ when the corresponding direction ratios are proportional, the lines are parallel, hence the points are collinear. So using that property we have to show that the given points A, B, C are collinear. Okay, first solution I will take this as here. Given, take the points A is, what is point A? 2, 3, -4. Point B 1, -2, 3. And point C 3, 8, -11. Okay. And remember in our last class we discussed the direction quadrant of a line passing through 2 points is x2 minus x1 divided by pq, and the corresponding direction ratios ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, y2 minus y1 or y1 minus y2, or z2 minus z1 or z1 minus z2. Either you get to take here x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2, that is also valid. Okay. So they are the given points. Here we need to find the direction quadrant of the line joining these 2 points. Okay. The direction quadrant, not quadrant, ratios of the line joining. So the points here, joining the point, first point here A of 2, 3, -4, and so what is the point B? 1, -2, 3. So treat this as here x1, y1, z1, and here x2, y2, z2. So the direction ratios here, concept is very simple, x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. Go with that one. x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1. Just substitute the values here. 1 minus 2, minus 2 minus 3, and 3 minus 4, minus of minus 4, this becomes here minus. So 1 minus 2, that becomes minus 1, minus 2 minus 3, minus 5, and minus, that is a 3 minus into minus become here plus 3 plus 4, that is 7. Therefore direction ratios, DRS represent here direction ratios of line joining AB or joining the points A and B, or just write the direction ratios here, minus 1, minus 5, 7, minus 1, minus 5, 7. Okay, and what about second one? Minus 1, minus 5, second. Similarly, find the direction ratios of the line joining B and C. Okay, so direction quadrant and direction ratios are very important. The direction ratios, they are the numbers proportional to direction quadrants. Okay, next second one, the direction ratios of the line joining the points B. What is the point B here? 1, minus 2, 3, and C of 3, 8, minus 11. 3, 8, minus 11. 3, 8, minus 11. Or so similarly here also treat First point says x1 y1 z1 and the second point says x2 y2 z2. This becomes x1 y1 z1 and here x2 y2 z2. What is the formula? x2 minus x1 comma y2 minus y1 comma z2 minus z1. So here 3 minus 1 comma 8 minus of minus 2 comma minus 11 minus 3. So what we obtained here 2 comma 10 comma minus 14. Therefore direction ratios of the line joining A and B are minus 1 comma minus 5 comma 7, and for the line joining B and C here 2 comma 10 comma minus 14. Therefore direction DRS represent direction ratios of line joining B and C are 2 comma 10 comma minus 14. 2 comma 10 comma minus 14. So you obtain corresponding direction ratios. Just observe the direction ratios of AB and BC. Just observe AB nodi minus 1 minus 5 7 and 2 comma 10 comma minus 14. Just observe here. So these two direction ratios are proportional. The direction ratios of these two lines are proportional, hence their lines are parallel, but the point B is common to both AB and BC, hence the given 3 points are collinear. I repeat again, so take a note. The given direction ratios of the line joining AB and BC are proportional, hence the line AB, the line joining of AB and line joining of the points B and C are parallel. But here the point B is common to both A and B. That is a point, it is common to both the line joining of AB and line joining of BC. Hence the given 3 points are collinear. Given 3 points are collinear. Artha aitu? Okay. Take a pause and note on all the things what I have written here. Now dear children, we are moving to the exercise 11.1. Here the problems are very important for 1 marks. Okay, so first question, sorry, this is the second question. We are moving to the first question already. If a line makes an angle 90 degree, 135 degree, 45 degree with x, y and z axis respectively, find its direction quotient. This problem is very important because they already given direction angles made by the line. What is alpha here? 90 degree, beta 135 degree and gamma 45 degree. Because alpha, beta and gamma, they are the direction angles made by the line, right? So here they given direction angles made by the line, or if a line makes an angle, that is nothing but direction angles, 90 degree with x axis, 135 degree with y axis and 45 degree with z axis. So directly we can take here given. So what they given here? Given alpha is equal to, tell me what is alpha here? Very good, that is 90 degree. Beta is equal to 135 degree and gamma is equal to what? Gamma is equal to 45 degree. So therefore direction quotients of the given line are, so take L is equal to cos alpha, L is equal to cos alpha, M is equal to cos beta and n is equal to cos gamma. Just replace the values of alpha, beta and gamma. So what we obtained, alpha L is equal to cos of 90 degree, M is equal to cos of 135 and n is equal to cos of 45 degree. Just observe here. So for cos 90 we have direct value, cos 90 value, very good, that is 0. Cos 45 value, what is the cos 45 value? 1 divided by root 2. What about cos of 135? So you can simplify this term, express or split 135 as sum of 90 or 180 minus theta. 90 plus theta or 180 minus theta. I will take this as here. L is equal to cos of 90, right, as it is. So m is equal to, I will split 135 as 90 plus 45 degree. Okay, so this becomes 90 plus 45 degree. Again n is equal to cos of 45 degree. So L is equal to cos 90 value, so right here cos 90 आगे बढ़े ना. And what about m? M is equal to, just observe here, cos of 90 plus theta. So go with the trigonometric function here, cos of 90 plus theta. So cos of 90 plus theta becomes what is cos of 90 plus theta? Very good, that becomes cos theta, sin theta, because it is in second quadrant. So 90 degree plus or minus theta, or 270 degree plus or minus theta, trigonometric function changes there. Sin to cos, cos to sin, tan to cot, cot to tan, secant to cosecant, cosecant to secant. So here what we have, a cos of 90 degree plus 45 degree, this becomes sin of 45 degree. So what about sin here? Very good. So this is in second quadrant. In second quadrant, sin and cosecants are positive and the rest of the trigonometric ratios are negative. So this become minus, and n is equal to cos of 45 degree. So this is as L is equal to 0 and m is equal to, very good, minus 1 divided by root 2, and n is equal to 1 divided by root 2. So what are the direction quadrant here? 0 comma minus 1 by root 2 comma 1 divided by root 2. So take a pause and note on all the things what I have written here. So next we are moved to the second problem. This is also very important. Second problem. What is second problem here? Question number 2. Find the direction quadrant of a line which makes equal angles with the coordinate axis. So which are the coordinate axis will be obtained here? So in space we have 3 coordinate axes, x, y and z axis. So here they given a line which makes equal angles. Equal angles means here alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. What is alpha? Angle made by the line with x axis. Beta angle made by the line with y axis, and gamma angle made by the line with z axis. So here we have the 3 dimension space here, x axis, y axis and z axis. Here we have the line. This is the line here. So this line makes alpha with x axis. This angle I will take this as alpha, this as here beta, and this as here gamma. So what they given, the direction, the line which makes equal angles with the coordinate axis. Equal angles. Equal angles means here alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. Very good. Alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. Then we are finding the corresponding direction quadrant. Sir, alpha beta is equal to gamma. Alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. Then how to find direction quadrants? It is very simple. Cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to cos gamma alpha. What is cos alpha? We take the notation L alpha. So L is equal to M is equal to N. So we have the relationship between direction quadrants of the line. L square plus N square, so L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. Okay. Now discuss the solution. Given alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma. Once alpha is equal to beta is equal to gamma, corresponding direction quadrants here. Cos alpha is equal to cos beta is equal to what? Cos gamma. So what is notation we have here? L is equal to M is equal to N. This is very important here. L is equal to M is equal to N. We know that from the relationship between direction quadrants, L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. L square plus M square plus N square is equal to 1. So write L square as it is. In place of M substitute L here. What we happened here? L square plus in place of N substitute L, that is also L square is equal to 1. L square plus L square plus L square is 3L square is equal to 1. What is L square then? L square is equal to 1 divided by 3. So what is L then? L is equal to plus or minus 1 divided by root 3. Very good. Because we have the second degree. L square is equal to 1 by 3 means here square root on both sides. Take square root on both sides. What we obtained here? Square root out square get cancelled. Here we obtained plus or minus 1 divided by root 3. So L is equal to plus or minus 1 divided by root 3. Therefore required direction cosines are, what are direction cosines here? L is plus or minus 1 divided by root 3. Similarly, what is M? That is also plus or minus 1 divided by root 3, comma plus or minus 1 divided by root 3. They are the direction cosines of the given line, which makes equal angle with x, y and z axis. Take a pause and note on all the things what I have written here. Now let's move to the next question. Question number 3 from exercise 11.1. If a line has the direction ratios minus 18, 12, minus 4, then what are its direction cosines? The given direction ratios, then we need to find corresponding direction cosines. So now already discussed here, the relationship between direction cosines and direction ratios. L is equal to A divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square. Similarly, M and N operator. So first take the given direction ratios of the line as A, B and C. Solution. Given A is equal to, take the first as A, second one B and the third one C is equal to minus 4. Let L, M, N are the direction cosines. This is representing a direction cosines of the given line. Then that relationship. So what is L is equal to? L is equal to A divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square, comma M is equal to B divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square, and N is equal to C divided by root of A square plus B square plus C square. Just substitute the values. L is equal to, what is A value here? Minus 18 divided by root of A square minus 18 whole square plus 12 square plus minus 4 whole square. This becomes here. What is L then? L is equal to minus 18 divided by root of minus 18 whole square plus 12 square plus minus 4 whole square. And M is equal to, what is the B value here? 12. 12 divided by root of minus 18 whole square plus B value 12 square plus minus 4 whole square. That is M. And N is equal to, so minus 4 divided by root of minus 18 whole square plus 12 square plus minus 4 whole square. Next is simplification. So simplification here, what is L then? L reduces as, L is equal to minus 18 divided by square root of 18 square. So what is 18 square? 324 plus, what is the 12 square? 144 plus 4 square is 60. Similarly, M is equal to 12 divided by, at the same things, 324 plus 144 plus 16. Comma M is equal to minus 4 divided by, at the same thing, 324 plus 144 plus 16. So what about L then? L is equal to minus 18, right, as it is, and 324 plus 16, that become 340 plus 144. 340 plus 144, that becomes 484. Square root of 484, comma M is equal to, this is also 12 divided by root 484, and N is equal to minus 4 divided by root 484. Therefore, L is equal to minus 18 divided by, what is the 484? Square root of 484 becomes 22, m is equal to 12 divided by 22 and n is equal to minus 4 divided by 22. Next step is simplification, right? So 2 11s are 2 9s are get cancelled. L is equal to minus 9 divided by 11, comma m is equal to 6 divided by 11. 6 are 8 11, and also n is equal to minus 2 divided by 11. Therefore, corresponding direction quadrant are, therefore the required DCS or DCS means here direction quadrants are minus 9 divided by 11, comma 6 divided by 11 and minus 2 divided by 11. Minus 2 divided by 11. Take a pause and note all the things what I have written here. Now we are moving to the next question. Question number 4. Question number 4. Just observe. So show that the points 2, 3, 4, second point minus 1, minus 2, 1, third point 5, 8, 7 are collinear. Nodi in the last example number 5 discuss madi. So the 3 points are collinear. Suppose you take here 3 points A, B and C are collinear. The direction ratios of line joining of AB and direction ratios of line joining of BC are proportional. So once they are proportional, the lines are parallel. So lines are parallel means here the line joining of AB and line joining of BC. So these two lines are parallel means here the point B is common to both AB as well as BC. Hence the given 3 points are collinear. Using that property we are going to show that the given 3 points are collinear. Right? Okay. Given, I take the given points as A, B and C. Solution. Given point A as 2, 3, 4, B of minus 1, minus 2, 1 and C of 5, 8, 7. Corresponding direction ratios. We need to find direction ratios of AB and BC. The direction ratios of the line joining the points A and B. So what is the formula? x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1 and z2 minus z1. So take the given there as x1 y1 z1 and x2 y2 z. Minus 1 minus 2 and second one minus 2 minus 3. So if you have confusion, repeat again. So take the part A and B pronoun. Part A 2, 3, 4 and B as minus 3, minus 2, 1. So this take is x1 y1 z1 and here x2 y2 z. Okay. So what is the direction ratios or direction ratios are x2 minus x1 x2 minus x1, there is a minus 1 minus 2, second one minus 2 minus 3, third one 1 minus 4. This becomes minus 3, minus 5, minus 3. The direction ratio. Similarly, the direction ratios of the line joining the points. So point B is here minus 1, minus 2, 1 and point C here 5, 8, 7 are. See here, the direction ratios of the line joining of these 2 points are, take this as here x1, y1, z1, and the second point as x2, y2, z2. So what about the direction ratios here? What is the formula? x2 minus x1, comma y2 minus y1, comma z2 minus z1. So okay, here x2 minus x1, 5 minus of minus 1, comma, and second one 8 minus of minus 2, comma, third one 7 minus 1. So minus into minus become here plus 5 plus 1 6, comma, second one 10, and the third one 6. So these are the direction ratios of the line joining AB. These are the direction ratios of the line joining BC. So now what I have just observed the direction corresponding ratios. Direction ratios here minus 3 and here we have 6, minus 5, 10, minus 3 and 6. Just observe here minus 3 divided by 6, 1 got here minus 1 divided by 2, comma, second one. Minus 5 divided by 10, we also minus 1 by 2, and the third one minus 3 divided by 6, we also minus 1 by 2. Just observe here all the direction ratios here. So direction ratios here, this is taken as x1, a1, b1, c1, and a2, b2, c2. They are proportional, right? So direction ratios of AB and BC are proportional. So you can write this as here minus 3 divided by 6 is equal to minus 5 divided by 10 is equal to minus 3 divided by 6 is equal to 1 divided by 2, minus 1 divided by 2. So hence here the direction ratios of AB and BC are what? Proportional. Very good. Proportional, and they are proportional, and hence AB is parallel to or BC. So they are parallel to each other. AB and BC are parallel. So once AB and BC are parallel, and here B is common to both what? Both AB and BC. Hence the points A, B, C are collinear. Therefore the given 3 points. Hence points A, comma, B and C are collinear. Therefore given 3 points are collinear. Given 3 points are collinear. This is the method to show that the given 3 points in 3-dimensional space are collinear. Take a pause and note down all the things what are written here. Now dear student, moving to the next problem, question number 5 on exercise 11.1. Here, find the direction cosines of sides of the triangle whose vertices are 3, 5, minus 4, and the second one minus 1, 1, 2, and the third one minus 5, minus 5, minus 2. The given 3 vertices of the triangle. Here we need to find the direction cosines of the sides. So what are sides we opened here? AB, BC and CA or AC. Solution. So we give the hints and you can work out yourself. This problem is very important and very simple question and very easy question. Okay, just find. So take the part, given part says ABC, construct the triangle, then find the direction cosines of AB. So we are going to discuss here the direction cosines of the line joining 2 points or passing through 2 points here. x1, y1, z1 first point, and the second point x2, y2, z2 or x2 minus x1 divided by the distance between corresponding points. If you take AB as here, x2 minus x1 divided by AB, y2 minus y1 divided by AB, and z2 minus z1 divided by AB. Okay, this is for AB. What about BC? So that will change the step. Okay. Given Take the concept. A is equal to A of 3, 5, minus 4, B of minus 4, 1, 2, and C of minus 5, 5, 2. So this will be minus 2. Let's construct a triangle. This is the point A of 3, 5, 4, minus 4, and B of minus 1, 1, 2, and C of minus 5, minus 2. So here what are the corresponding sides here? AB, BC and CA are taken as a AC. So find the corresponding direction quadrant here. Direction quadrants of the side AB or so what is the AB or here? So take the points here x1, y1, z1 and x2, y2, z2. This becomes x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1, z2 minus z1 and divide by what AB. The distance between AB. This becomes minus 1 here this is here x2, y2, z2 and x1, y1, z2. Minus 1, minus 3 divided by AB and 1 minus 5 divided by AB and this one minus 4 sorry 2 minus of minus 4 divided by AB. Okay, just find the distance of AB. So AB has the distance, so AB is equal to, or you can simplify model. So what we get here? Minus 4 divided by AB and minus 4 divided by AB and minus into minus become A plus 6 divided by AB. 2 plus 4 is 6. And AB is equal to first one distance to AB here root of what is the formula here? X2 minus x1 whole square minus 1 minus 3 whole square minus 1 minus 3 whole square plus y2 minus y1 1 minus 5 whole square plus third one 2 minus of minus 4 whole square square root of this is a 4 square minus 1 minus 3 become minus 2 minus 4 whole square plus minus 4 whole square plus 6 whole square 16 plus 36 16 plus 16 plus 36 16 into 16 plus 16 here 32 plus 16 what do you obtain here 68 root of 68. Okay, this is the distance of AB. AB and therefore direction quadrants of AB are minus 4 divided by substitute AB here root of 68 comma second one minus 4 divided by root of 68. So these are the direction quadrants of the line AB or side AB or so minus 4 divided by 68 minus 4 divided by 68 and 6 divided by 68 that is root 68 ನೋಡಿ. So root 68 ಇದೆ. This can be written as ಏನಂತ ಬರೆಯಬಹುದು ನೋಡಿ just observe there 17 4s ಬರುತ್ತಾ 17 4s 68 so therefore this can be written as minus 4 divided by root of 4 into 17 comma minus 4 divided by root of again 4 into 17 comma 6 divided by root of 4 into 17. If you take 4 from square root out of the square 4 reduces to 2 so this becomes minus 4 divided by 2 into root 17 minus 4 divided by 2 into root 17 and 6 divided by 2 into root 17. So 2 ones are 2 2s are minus 2 divided by root 17 and minus 4 divided by minus 2 divided by root 17 and 3 divided by root 17. So these are the direction quadrants of side AB. Direction quadrants of side AB of the triangle given triangle. ಅರ್ಥಾಯ್ತು? Okay. So similarly find rest of the direction quadrant of side BC and AC. Side BC and AC. Okay. So what about side BC and side AC direction quadrant? ನಾನು ಬರೀತೀನಿ. Take that as a note and solve yourself. So direction quadrants of BC. So direction quadrants of BC are -2 divided by root 17, -3 divided by root 17, and -2 divided by root 17. So these are the direction quadrants of BC. Similarly, direction quadrants of AC. How you can take this as CA and the total. So that becomes 4 divided by root 42, comma 5 divided by root 42, and the last one -1 divided by 1 divided by root 42. So if you take here AC ತಗೋಬೋದಿಲ್ಲ, you can take it as a CA. CA also it is same answer. Sorry, CA ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ -4 -2 become here. What is it? Better take this as a CA. So direction quadrants of AB ಆಯ್ತು, BC and CA. Okay. So this completes the problem. So take a pause and note down all the things what I have written here. Dear students, in this class we had a discussion on example problems and exercise 11.1 on three-dimensional geometry. And remember, these questions are very important for 1 marks. Okay. So in our next class we are moving to the next type of derivations. So they are derivations of lines and planes. So these derivations are very important for exam point of view. So we will get 1 5 marks question from derivation. So derive the line or derive the plane. So other questions. So in this class we are moving the derivation of the lines.